without any further ado, I present to you Clearing by Janet Marrett.
Yeah, this is more your level. I heard you couldn't handle big school.
What do you think you're doing?
What is this?
It's a volcano.
I'm going back tomorrow. And how are you gonna cope?
Alrighty. Let's get some applause going. Nice. Okay, well, as always, we are lucky enough to have Janet with us, and we are going to now smoothly and seamlessly go to Janet. Hello, Janet. You're on TV, kind of.
Hey, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Very nice.
Great to be here. Thanks again for selecting Clearing for the official selection of EFN tonight.
Absolutely no problem at all. I think everyone will agree. It is our pleasure. So first of all, want to say, so this film is obviously, it's quite naturalistic in its pace and in sort of the style, the way it's filmed, and very specific in terms of the events that happen within it. Where did you get the inspiration for this story?
Well, the inspiration came from two places, really. One was my own experiences at university, and another was a news story from last year. A Nottingham Trent University student called Rifara Chizango, who was in her dorm room and experienced racist chanting outside her door, which she reported to the university and posted online, and it went viral. And so that really inspired me to sort of address the issue and just sort of speak up about things that aren't normally necessarily reported.
And this is, again, it's a very, very rewarding insight into what it's, for everyone to see what it's like to have to make decisions within that experience.
Yeah, in her shoes, in her sort of everyday life of how she deals with what's happened to her beneath the surface.
Yeah. Great. Well, we're going to bring Arafili up. Is going to come up and talk about... Oh, she's just gathering some comments now. You ready? Yes, yeah? Here she comes. Arafili, who I think you've met before.
Hello, Janet. How are you?
Hi, Arafili. I'm good, thank you.
Today? Thanks for your film. It's great.
Thank
we have
you.
A great theatre director, Nadia Papachronopoulos, is really great, and she's talking about your protagonist, Nicola Alexis says, is an incredible actor. Do you want to comment on that?
Our main actor, you mean?
Nicola Alexis.
The mother.
Oh, so this is a different discussion. Who's the protagonist? That's interesting. So she's talking about...
Okay.
Who is Nicola Alexis?
She's the mother in the
She's the mother.
film.
She's talking about the mother.
Okay. Yeah, she's she did a great job. And we really wanted to kind of get the idea of this relationship that they have, and also to kind of give her almost a fully rounded character, and she did an amazing job in the scene as a mother. So yeah, great
job.
Your
protagonist is absolutely fantastic. It's an incredible performance. How did you work with her?
Mainly we had with all the actors we did very minor rehearsals, because we didn't want to exhaust the subject or exhaust the performances before the actual day of the shoot. And so just rehearsal time and just allowing for questions and real interaction with the actors, getting to grips with their characters and the roles. and then kind of being a bit more fresh on the day to really go into in depth with the performances.
That's interesting. That's a very unique way of working with actors. Every director has their own.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to hear yours.
That is interesting because there's so much happening that's unsaid in a way. So you're really, in that context, you're allowing these sort of the subtext to really burn away on screen rather than
exhausting it before.
Yeah. I mean, we really plant the idea of what's going on behind the lines and the text in the sort of rehearsal sessions. So we kind of go through the fact that the lines are kind of hiding what's actually happening and then what's actually being processed by the characters. So all of that is taken into account when they're actually delivering those lines on the day.
Amazing.
That's interesting. We have a question from Ed, who says that this is a hard-hitting, a topical film, and he says that we like to think that racism doesn't happen in UK and it's more in the States. But the sad truth that it's more ingrained here that we would like to. And he's asking, were you looking to highlight that with this film?
I think not necessarily just to be hard-hitting and address that issue, but also to show the kind of smaller incidents or things that can happen and contribute towards an overall feeling, an overall experience of someone of colour in the UK in terms of these kinds of experiences. I mean, I mentioned myself, I experienced a similar nature thing at university, so it's not as to me, it's not as rare as maybe to others.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I really liked the way that you communicated this, as you say, again, is by allowing us to see this thing I was saying earlier about the decisions that you have to make when you're presented with this situation. And that feels like a really natural and very low-key, but very highly effective for somebody who hasn't experienced this to be able to see through that lens.
Yeah, as I say, it's an everyday experience. I enjoy working and creating realist films, so it's not kind of it's not in your face, but it's kind of in amongst other activities you might have in a day, or and also how this person is processing an accumulation maybe of these kinds of experiences. Yeah. I also wanted to say our main protagonist was Jasmine Jobson, the main character in the film, and she did an amazing job with the role. She just got to grips with it and kind of made it her own. So really, hats off to her and props for her performance as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Jasmine. I'm going to give her an air horn. There you go. Very well done. So we've got to wrap this up, unfortunately, but I just wanted to get you to talk about putting this script together, because obviously you've been very considerate with the demotivating factors for her going back to uni, and the motivating factors for her going back. So how did you sort of put this mix together?
It's kind of balancing, what she actually has to deal with, making a decision, and things that have discouraged her and things that are kind of trying to hold her in place, and then things that she goes back to ordinary life and thinks that, no, this isn't for me. So it's kind of like, she has a love interest at home. That might be something to keep her there, or it might be something to, sway her the other way. And also the whole environment, the vibe of, bullying, and kind of regressing back to almost kind of being a bit more childlike, whereas university would give her a bit more independence. So there's kind of a lot of pros and cons that she's kind of weighing up and then makes a decision in the end. So,
and that was very deliberate on your part as a writer to sort of stack those odds up. Yeah, very nice. Well done. That's all we got time for just now. But so your Instagram is Media Thirsty. That's your production company as well?
Yes, so we are producing some other projects, so look out for us. You can connect with us on Facebook and Twitter as well. So yeah,
perfect.
Look forward to hearing from you.
Feel free to put any other like websites or whatever in the comments, and all your fans can get in touch with you. And I think you got a few new ones.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for coming on, Janet.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.